Back in September, Big Finish did something pretty unexpected but also very exciting. They did a live recording of an audio drama called The Stuff of Legend. This is essentially a big two-part classic Doctor Who themed story starring Paul McGann as the Eighth Doctor. We've got Alex McQueen as the Master, India Fisher as companion Charlie Pollard, and Nicholas Briggs as the Daleks. They did a live show back in September, and also when the live show happened, they dropped a studio version. They are going to be dropping a recorded version of the live show later on this month, but this happened back in September, and I feel like I don't want to leave it too much longer to talk about it proper. So this is the studio version that I'm going to be reviewing today. I was unable to watch The Stuff of Legend live. I was working the weekend that it was showing because, Doctor Who just always wants to hurt my feelings. But The Stuff of Legend is a classic themed story starring the Eighth Doctor and Charlie Pollard. It's set in November 1963, specifically November 23rd, 1963, where the Doctor and Charlie land in a small Cornish village called Merry Maid Bay. There are rumours of people going missing. The coastal village is not what it used to be, and there are some strange goings-on underground in the old mine shafts. The Eighth Doctor and Charlie go to a small tavern. They go to a small inn where the landlord, played by Barnaby Edwards, is there trying to put a brave face on everything. You've also got a captain whose ship has run aground and is just visiting nearby, played by Jason Forbes. And in pops the other companion character, who you can see on the cover here, played by Nisha Nair. We've got Emily Barnfather. The older version is also voiced by Annette Badland, who you hear over the course of the story. Let's play a quick clip from Doctor Who, The Stuff of Legend.
That's the Penzance taxi. Not expecting company, are you?
Nobody knows we're here.
Yeah, this place is becoming a regular tourist hub.
Who on earth would want to come to Merry Maid Bay?
Whoever they are, they're planning on a long stay. Look at those suitcases.
What a beastly evening! A welcoming party, how nice! Landlord, would you mind taking my bags to my room?
Your room?
Yes, don't worry about unpacking them. I'll do that later myself. Well, now, this is a lovely surprise. Gosh. Hello, wasn't expecting a member of the fairer sex.
Oh, hello.
How do you do? I'm Emily Barnfather.
Charlotte Pollard.
My friends call me Em, of course.
And mine call me Charlie.
Charlie. Gosh. Hello there.
Evening.
Oh, this is Captain Césaire. Did I say that right?
Spot on, miss.
And this is...
Oh, I know who you are.
You do?
Professor Trevorrow. At long last.
Oh, no, I'm not Professor Trevorrow.
You're not?
No. I'm the Doctor. Who is Professor Trevorrow?
Who? He's the man I've come all this way to see. P.R.H. Trevorrow. The country's most preeminent expert on Cornish folklore. Landlord?
Yes?
I was expecting the Professor to meet me here. His last letter to me was quite clear on the matter. I have it here. Where is he?
He's,
Yes?
He's one of the men who's disappeared.
Disappeared? What are you talking about?
Yes, Mr. Penrose. What exactly is going on around here?
Very well. You may have a right to know. Throw another block on the fire, would you, Captain?
Don't mind if I do. I was feeling the chill myself.
The Stuff of Legend is a crowd-pleasing story, and I think it's been like that by design because they are making it a live show as well. Spoiler warning, it has the Daleks. There's also a special weapons Dalek variant, which is the Driller Dalek, which it drills things. You've also got Alex McQueen as the Master as well. This is the first Big Finish story that I've listened to in full where Alex McQueen is the Master as well. So, it was a fun little introduction, and I think that Robert Valentine's script is primarily there for a fun crowd interaction, fun crowd back and forth. There's some really funny interplay between the actors and some really fun knowing winks and nods and stuff to the show's past and the continuity, and I can't wait to listen to the live audience version where they're laughing along and enjoying it and cheering and stuff like that. I think that watching this live was the first and foremost like priority for the stuff of legend when it comes to the dialogue and the subject matter. You even have like the crowd and fan pleasing element of Emily Barnfather, whose nickname is MJ, who, if you're a Doctor Who fan online, may know that the biggest 8th Doctor Paul McGann stan is a cosplayer called MJ. So I think that's a really cool fan insert. That's sort of like the prevailing fan theory, that MJ in this is basically the Doctor Who MJ fan in real life, which is, that's a really like fun thing to do as well, to, make them canonically a Doctor Who companion for an episode. That's a lot of fun. But Stuff of Legend, it's got some really strong and solid characterization. There's not much in the way of like huge twists or big upheavals or massive emotional like or like massive emotional set pieces that challenge the characters to an extent. It's a really solid story with incredibly strong fundamentals. I really liked the supporting cast at the inn. Like I think that Barnaby Edwards and Jason Forbes do a really good job in the story. You've also got Barnaby Edwards playing like this servant character, this like Alfred Pennyworth type character. I think that Alex McQueen as well is really relishing some of the material just to be really like deliriously fun. I think he might have had an awful lot of fun on stage, like chewing the scenery with all of the dialogue that he's given here. Nicholas Briggs also has to voice numerous Daleks, and they all get different distinct voices. Once again, you can kind of imagine Nicholas Briggs on stage having to enunciate and do different Dalek voices back to back to back in front of an audience. I think that's where this excels. I'm glad that they do have a studio version, because the story itself is strong. It actually play into Cornish folklore. You've got the Booker, voiced by Annette Badland, and the Booker is like a Cornish like mer sea creature type entity that is recontextualized in Doctor Who as a mythical alien creature that the Daleks and the Master are trying to harness the power of. They're not working in tandem, by the way. The Master has there's an interesting way that the Master gets in and also out of the story. There's a really fun twist on the Master, how he gets out of this particular escapade. I really liked that one a lot. It's just a lot of fun. It's not like a massive game-changing story, but it's also not trying to be. It's basically an excuse to get Doctor Who fans in Carnegie Hall in London, like hundreds of them together, to watch fun actors relay fun dialogue for a fun story. I think that's kind of it. It's not a story that I'm going to be thinking about after I've listened to it or reviewed it, but if I had been there that weekend during the live recordings, I'd probably have a much higher estimation of it. That's not to say that The Stuff of Legend is a bad story. It's not. It's good. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but you needed to see it live, I think. I think that's the environment it was built for. It was the environment it was designed for, where so much of the interplay and the interactions and the characterization is meant to flourish in that live environment. I wish I'd seen it live. I couldn't, but the live version is going to be available on the Big Finish website in December for you to get a download or a CD for. So, if you're going to listen to any version, listen to that one. But the studio version is still a fun and polished hour and a half of Doctor Who entertainment. Paul McGann's fun, India Fisher is fun, strong cast, cool Dalek action, bit of Robo-Men lore as well. Paul McGann's in costume if you see it live as well. So you should have seen it live.